Welcome back for a new edition of NC Sports Weekly News. Strap in tight. Top water sports just won't quit. America's Cup 35 defender Russell Coutts talks RC44s in Caiscais, Portugal. In the surf report, also from Caiscais, phenomenal Carissa Moore takes the EDP Girls Pro Billabong and the World Crown for the 2013 ASP Women's Tour. Leigh McMillan and the Wave Muscat push back Alingi for the fourth straight time by winning Act 7 of the Extreme Sailing Series in Nice. Top-ranked veteran Mick Fanning finally wins big in the Bay of Biscay for the Quicksilver Pro France and extends his lead on the 2013 ASP World title. At full throttle, fans are stacked up on the River Liu, downtown Liouzhou, as Abdul Razak, Sumer, Sousa, and the Rock Boryancic top the podiums in the Aquabike China Grand Prix. The legends of yesteryear sail forever in Cannes for the final showdown of the Panerai Classic Yachts Challenge 2013. NC Sports, plunge into the action. Russell Coutts was back on the RC44 following the historic defense of America's Cup 34 in San Francisco. Visibly relaxed and clearly enjoying his Caiscais stopover, the Oracle Racing CEO and the mastermind of this class took the pulse of the successful owner-driver circuit.
The trust is going strong, and the owners are really enthusiastic to go to new venues. Next year we're going to start the season in the British Virgin Islands, which will be fantastic, and then we move to a lot of other different venues, going to Soto Grande obviously in the south of Spain, which will be another fantastic new venue. I think the class is strong, and it's great to see this continuing.
With 3 wins and 3 more podiums in 12 regattas here in Portugal, Zavatnikov and Lebedev's Synergy sailing team took top honors for the fleet racing, leaping from 4th to 1st place overall in the very last day to lift the RC44 Caiscais Cup. Local powerhouse team Caiscais Aleph Racing took full advantage of the home waters to clinch 2nd place, pushing back another strong Russian squad, Katyusha. The UK's AG Racing won the match races again with the Portuguese in 2nd spot. Swedes of Artemis in 3rd. The Brits on Team Aqua continue to lead in the overall scoreboard with both Katyusha and Synergy on their tail. The Russians are coming. The next and final stop of the RC44 season will hit Lanzarote in Spain's Canary Islands for the 2013 World Championships.
We are.
The Wave Muscat and Leigh McMillan's crew did it again here in Nice for Act 7 of the Extreme Sailing Series, in yet another tight battle for the title against Morgan Larson's Olympic team. The Omani flag bearers won 9 races and grabbed as many placements in the 29 flights of this penultimate 2013 season event. Roman Hagara's Red Bull sailing team did put the pressure early here in France, nearly pushing back Ernesto Bertarelli's crew. The Swiss were then forced through a late recovery by winning 2 races on the final day and clinching their precious 2nd place finish only by a single point. 25-knot wind gusts pumped for the first days of racing, while light, shifty conditions marked the 2nd part of the event. The French Riviera offered very close combat for the entire fleet, with the Wave Muscat safely in the lead. The fight for 2nd and 3rd place became fierce. Danish team SAP Extreme bagged 5 placements and 3 wins, often sparring at the top. But 2 initial DNSs and 1 DNC made for an impossible comeback. China Spirit became a real contender in front of Nice's Promenade, and with 7 podiums and 2 wins, it's now mastering the game. Banking on 5 wins and 8 placements, Real Team, the new Swiss squad on the circuit, was the true revelation of Act 7 and a real threat. especially for the Austrians on board Red Bull, who barely managed to shave off a 3-point advantage for third place overall. The Wave Muscat has now extended its narrow lead to 2 points against the Lingy on the World Championship scoreboard. Macmillan has won 5 of the last 6 events, with Larson a constant second. While the final Act 8 scheduled for mid-November in Florianopolis, Brazil, Bertarelli's team is now forced to win, and even hope for an unlikely crack in the leader's immaculate performance.
I can't really speak right now because I'm so happy. I woke up this morning and was like listening to some music and I was kind of crying because I was like, I really feel like today's the day, and I worked really hard and I just love what I'm doing, and I'm really happy I have my dad and my boyfriend and my whole family at home. My sister Kayla, she'll kill me if I don't say hi. I have tremendous support, so I'm really lucky. I'm happy.
Following her decisive win in the EDP Caiscais Girls Pro Billabong, 21-year-old Hawaiian Carissa Moore is now the new ASP 2013 Women's World Champion. An all-Australian battle in the quarterfinals and the early elimination of runner-up Tyler Wright at the hand of world number 3 Sally Fitzgibbons gave Moore the early title as she shut out the American Sage Erickson in her semi. Carissa then put the lid on it by defeating Fitzgibbons in a tight 10:44 to 9:70 final. This is Carissa's second world title after her victory in 2011. In an unprecedented blow-for-blow battle for the ASP crown, Moore and Wright shared 6 victories in the 8 tour events of this awesome season. Wright kicked off by clinching the opener of the Gold Coast. Moore responded by winning both the next Margaret River and Bells Beach events. Then Tyler took Brazil, but Carissa came back to win the U.S. Open for the top world rank. Caiscais then closed the file for the Hawaiian. Stay tuned, surf fans. Girls surfing is now at a whole new level. So watch out, guys. All the action, the comments, and the inside take on this huge ASP 2013 Women's World Champion on the next edition of NC Sports Top Story. Tactical 1-meter waves are washed in from the Bay of Biscay at the Quicksilver Pro France for the ASP Men's World Tour here in Le Pinon-Seignos in the region of Aquitaine. Proving he can master all wave conditions, Nick Fanning put a serious down payment on the 2013 world title. With just 2 events left in the season, the 39-year-old veteran advanced to the finals, defeating Hawaiian John Florence in the quarters and Joel Parkinson in a tight 16.10 to 15.03 All-Australian semifinal. Fanning also resisted the onslaught of the young and upcoming Brazilians on a true hot streak here in France. Mick defeated world number 15 Gabriel Medina in yet another close final with a score of 16.66 to 15.0, while 16th ranked Felipe Toledo left his mark by defeating American surf icon Ellie Slater with an authoritative 60.37 to 11.40 in the quarters.
Yeah, it was, going out with Gaby, he's him and Philippe had just been going so big, and I just thought, just stick to my game, and it sort of paid off in the end, and it just sort of, the waves deteriorated towards the end, but I just got lucky with that one wave.
This 2013 Quicksilver Pro France seriously mixed up the cards in the ASP World Rankings, and with the top contenders out of the main points, Mick Fanning has now truly pulled away on consistency. 3 third places, 1 second, and 1 victory in the last 8 events speak loud and clear. With a Portugal Rip Curl Pro coming up in November and the Billabong Pipeline Masters in Hawaii closing the 2013 season in December, only Kelly Slater may now have enough points to catch up. Thousands of local fans met up on the shores of the River Liu as pilots were ready to rumble on the natural water stadium in downtown Liouzhou, here in Guangxi Province. This China Grand Prix is the third stopover of the 2013 Aquabike World Championship season, touring the globe with the very best athletes in the discipline. Youssef Al-Abdulrazak certainly had a heartstopper in the runabout GP1 division. After doing away with the very elite of this world-class feat in the pole qualifiers and in Heat 1, the Kuwaiti also led Heat 2 until engine trouble struck on the very last of the 25 boys in the 10.5-kilometer race course. Yet thanks to a 42-second advantage, Youssef still managed to sputter over the line in first place. In the Ski Ladies GP1 division here in Liouzhou, Slovenia's Pija Sumer took both heats and pushed back local stars Yuan Ixin and Li Qian, respectively second and third overall. Pija is currently on top of the overall championship in front of Italy's Marta Sorrentino and Jennifer Menard of France.
Yeah, this time I was amazing, feeling happy and feeling good on my ski, so it was just easy. I don't know what was the key to be that fast, but I just enjoy and I don't know.
Thiago Sousa showed he can stand up to the very best, winning both heats in the ski division GP1 here in China. The Portuguese is now in third place overall for the season in front of Francis Michel Porret, behind Nacho Armillas of Spain in second, and Italy's Alberto Monti in first.
I've been racing a lot. I've been training as well. So I changed a little my life to get to the jet ski more often. We have the best racers here, the pilots, Nacho, Monti, Porret, supporting good for the competition. I like it.
Listen to the crowds and follow the flip count. The Rock of Floriančić was at it again on the River Liu, dominating the freestyle event with a huge performance. The Slovenian was red hot as usual, with Brother Knack again in second place and Alexander Petrovic in third. A photocopy finish of the overall season.
I did clean, nice routine with many tricks. I think I did 8 backflips in a row. Some of my tricks, 540 with combos connected to backflip twist, backflip. So I think I impressed the judges and I'm satisfied with today's result.
Next stop for the Aquabike World Championship is Doha, Qatar, for mid-November. Be there with NC Sports. In a spectacular leap back in time, a Harlequin fleet of all ages and makes was greeted by variable 10 to 20 knot winds off the Côte d'Azur in the iconic city of Cannes. It's the 35th edition of the Regatta Royal, and mixing both coastal and triangle races here in the Golfe de la Napoule, 90 legends of the seas fought it out for the final chapter of the much-coveted Panerai Classic Yachts Challenge 2013. In the single event results, 1903 Moonbeam III came out on top in the big boats division. 1916 Chinook took top honors in the vintage class. The 1952 Bermudan cutter Ia instead led in the classics, while the spirit of tradition went to the 2012 Cattleya. The clash of the season here in Cannes closed the year's Mediterranean circuit after the stages of Antibes, Argentario, Naples, and Mahon. The 1928 Cambria sailed to victory in the majestic big boat category for yachts over 30 meters. Penned by the famous William Fife and also the winner of the 2010 Panerai Trophy, it is the only international 23-meter class still sailing today. Captained by Chris Barkham, Cambria's strong Australian crew are 9-year veterans on the circuit with more than 42 entries and 38 podium placements. 1925's Leonore, the 15-meter Marconi sloop in the Q class, wins its 4th Panerai Trophy and twice in a row now in the vintage yachts. The division includes vessels built from wood or metal launched before 1950. Designed in 1904 by American Nathaniel Hershoff, it is now safely in the hands of Mauro Pelasquier, Italy's first helmsman ever at the America's Cup on Azzurra in 1982. Il Moro di Venezia, designed in 1975 by Germain Frères and the first Italian Your Maxi yacht, won the season title in the classic category. The 20-meter Bermudan sloop was the precursor of the other Moors that later made Italian yachting history by competing in 1992 at the Louis Vuitton Challenger Series for America's Cup 28 in San Diego, with Paul Caillard on helm. Closing its curtains for 2013, the Panerai Classic Yachts Challenge also hosted races for the historic 12, 8, 6, and 5.5 meter classes, as well as for the 1929 Dragons and the 1931 Requin. Join the water tribes. Stay tuned for all upcoming editions of NC Sports for the latest top events on the Blue Planet. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.